Good morning everybody, it's a bloody cold morning and we've got a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now this is a 2007 vehicle. This vehicle's come in with suspected computer issues, ECU issues, and as you can see we've got a whole host of fault codes. Almost all modules have something in there. The main thing we're worried about, and the customer's figured this out already, is that our fuel pump relay, which is here where our test light's sitting, hasn't got any control to it. So what they've done is they've just bridged out a feed to it. So they've jumped from a relay to there, and as you can see we have got a feed basically. Now if I take this off like that, we have nothing. So this is our control side, this is our load side. We've got a good feed on the load side. We do not have a feed on the control side. Now next thing, back to diagrams, we're going to find out where that control side feed comes from. Alright, so as you can see, something odd, we seem to have a constant ground at this other control pin. So our test light's on battery positive there, and we do have a constant ground there, whereas we should have a feed and a switch ground. So that's what we're going to start looking into. We're going to find out why we're missing a 12 volt feed. Obviously it's been jumped with this contraption here, and we're going to hopefully find out why we have a constant ground here. Alright, so we have found an issue. We've got a blown ignition coil fuse which does feed that one side of the relay. Now the reason we had that the wrong way round before was because this actually was getting sent a test voltage from the ECM. This is the feed side and this is the ground side. So this feed side, now that we've replaced that fuse, is fine. That should sort that circuit high fault. This ground side here, if we hook that up, we're hooked up to battery positive. I'll leave this here and I'll just run and very briefly crank the car over. And as you can see, we do have a good control there. So we should have fuel pump control now with that blown fuse replaced. Alright, normal amp clamp showing about 800 milliamps roughly. What we're going to do is we're just going to hook the scope up, and I'm going to go over the car and just give everything a good wiggle, maybe torque the engine up a bit. And there we go. Now our fuel pump waveform does look quite choppy. I'm going to up this time base a bit. So if we go like that, we go up to 20 milliseconds. As you can see, that is okay. It hasn't got too much current draw, but it is very choppy. I don't like that. I would prefer a much neater waveform on that fuel pump circuit. We could have a bit of noise in there though. So what we're going to do now, we'll get it all put back together, reset everything, clear everything, go for a drive, make sure that this fault doesn't come back, no other faults come back, and see how we go.